MP, you're my favorite player, man. Always delicious.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And a look at the block shot number over the last few seasons for Miles Turner.
The blocks just aren't coming for him nearly as much as they were a few years ago. I think he's lost a little something in terms of that intimidation factor and that ability to change a game with his interior defense, and that's too bad.
A look at the Bulls starting lineup. The wingmen, White and Levine. Collins is out there with Walker Kessler. And it's Mr. Perfect in at the 1. And for the Bucks, they've got Clark, Damian Lillard out there with Jackson. Then it's Williams. And it's Antetokounmpo in at the 4-man position. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And well over halfway into the season now, GA, how much have the rookies changed since the start of the season?
Kevin, most are completely different players, right? The foundation was there, but they know their role on the team, and it's more about refining their game than learning it.
For some news on MP, let's send it over to the decorated David Aldridge on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. The spotlight in this one is on the 2 MVP candidates. So I asked MP about facing off against Giannis, and he told me with his physicality and motor, we know we can't guard him individually. We've got to defend him as a unit. It's going to take constant communication and solid rotations. He understands it's a demanding task. Guys, back to you.
Constant communication is going to be key. One of the toughest matchups in the league for sure, DA. Thank you. And Mr. Perfect gets it to go. Greg, how about MP? Reaching 10,000 points at the youngest age ever.
Besting LeBron's old record, and MP is on a historic pace. I can't wait to see what that total ends up being. And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Clark, there are some that would say that Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best player in Milwaukee Bucks history. Others might say Lou Alcindor. What do you say?
Hey, pump the brakes on that Giannis. I love the Greek freak, but I tell you, Kareem is my guy. I would tip my hat there, but I certainly understand why others would say Giannis. I'm going to hang my hat with Kareem.
And here is Antetokounmpo following the 3 from Mr. Perfect. Launches it. And Lillard kicks to Clark. Offline with his 3.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's Mr. Perfect. And another one.
Up and up he goes as he continues this sensational season, now closing in on 2nd place in scoring.
And GA, with the way he has manhandled defenses all year long, you have to think he'll make a good run for it. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Clark, some people have claimed there is too much talent now in this NBA and not enough team.
Interesting point. I don't know if I fully agree with it. Clearly, talent has always been the driver in the league. I think because the league is generally younger, that the talent is not as refined, so therefore you have a little disjointedness with teams. But the blend of talent into teamwork is still what the best teams do at a high level.
Here's Lillard. The shot from the low post is good.
Aggressive move by Lillard, attacking the heart of that defense.
1:56 left in the first. Sinks the triple.
Yeah, they've built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for him later on.
Three-pointer. Does not score again. That's his 4th miss against 1 make.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying.
Yet another bucket.
Scoring at a historic pace. What a treat to watch this young man play.
Well, Greg now tied for 2nd all-time scoring in a season. And here is Clark following the 3 from Mr. Perfect.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
All right, guys, I'm told we're about to connect to our insider, Shams Charania, who has a beat on something. Hey, Shams, what's the story?
Thank you, Kevin. Time is of the essence leading up to the NBA trade deadline, but Miami's front office has been busy. They're very pleased to bring in...
Good, he hits again.
And fellas, he is now 2nd all-time for points in a season.
Truly a season for the ages. Lillard, the pass to Jackson. Looking to end the run. Kept alive.
A bit of pride at stake. Trying to get that last 3 ball back, but couldn't get it to fall.
Bucks trail by 18. Giannis kicks to Clark. Williams passes to Clark. Giannis inside. He's guarded by Collins. Antetokounmpo, no good. The Bulls have gone 8 of 11 in the first quarter. They'll take that percentage any night. And Mr. Perfect gets it to go.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
A shot by Antetokounmpo, nobody around, and right away they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. And so it's Chicago with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bulls.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from 3-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
And I also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
So for Chicago right now, we've got Mr. Perfect. Zhang is out there with Terry. And there's Miles Turner, and it's Levine in at the 2. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Mr. Perfect in the last outing against the Heat got the job done. He had an impressive number of points, and so much of that damage he does is from long range. One of the great performances I've seen in all my years, and I really mean that. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
And so it's Terry bringing it up for the Bulls. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. Morningstar. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Levine against Oladipo. And that time, also a missed shot.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Victory eluded them last time in Chicago when they faced the Bulls.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
And sometimes that can be a motivating factor. May very well light a fire under them tonight. Nobody likes to be dominated on the glass like that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Brandon Clark, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. And it's Jackson in for Johnson. Antetokounmpo against Zhang. Antetokounmpo, no good.
boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Pass to Exum. Floats it up for Giannis. Stolen by Kessler. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Oh, Clark, he just rocked the rim.
Insanity on display right there. Wow.
Woo.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Here's Exum. Milwaukee, no good that time either. The Bulls have gotten all of their first 6 shots to go in here in the second. What a quarter so far.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Jackson in the corner. Back to Oladipo. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. Three-pointer, Lillard. That one, no good.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Lets the free fly. Mr. Perfect can't hit. Milwaukee's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Jackson passes to Portis. Williams, a screen on Collins. Portis can't get it to go.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Mr. Perfect's got 55.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if he's stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
Buzelis is checked in for the Bulls.
Number 14, Manas Buzelis.
24 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Portis finds Lillard. Williams with the ball. Back to Lillard. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. Lillard's got his second bucket of the night.
And with a merciful bucket, he snaps a terrific run by Chicago.
And another one falls.
Make that 61 points.
Yep, everything is going his way right now. He takes it in, missed inside. And so it's Chicago, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. And thanks to their outstanding defense, the impact Damian Lillard has had on this game has been minimal. We'll return shortly.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. An uphill battle so far for the Milwaukee.
Yeah, their defensive effort uninspiring, like Kenny's acting career.
Okay. I'm not even going.
And the next topic to touch on, a look at which players might be appearing in the upcoming dunk contest.
We've been talking about this contest since the season began. I don't want to talk anymore. I just want to get to it.
But the selection process builds anticipation, Shaq. You know all good.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We're seeing a tremendous game from Mr. Perfect.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
We've got Williams. Jackson is out there with Damian Lillard. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Clark in at the 5, down low. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
Boy, defense non-existent there, but they catch a break as he whiffs it.
You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. And that's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
And Mr. Perfect gets it to go.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Jackson setting the pick here for Giannis. Rebound collected by Levine.
Yeah, you know, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team.
Trains the three-pointer.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck. The breaks of life. Morning, Kevin.
That's right, DA. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. Pass to Williams. Back to Lillard, and there's the call on Mr. Perfect. That'll be his second foul of the game. Oladipo, he's checked in for the Bucks. And the Bulls making a change also. Zhang's checked in. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. That's a 2 from Lillard. Wide open shot is on the money. Lillard's got 11 points.
Yeah, the first half was one to deep 6 or forget, but in the second half, he's looked a lot better.
Good, another from 3. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
Giannis outside. Back to Lillard. Rebound by the Bulls.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
You know, Oladipo feels like he can take and make this shot whenever he wants to. You can just see the confidence.
Here's Mr. Perfect. And another one falls. Amazing.
81 on the night. Channeling his inner Mamba right now.
There is no slowing this guy down. He is on fire. Clark outside. Pass to Antetokounmpo over Chang. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Here's Mr. Perfect. Another 3 for Chicago.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
You know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Now the Bulls with it. They're on an 18-7 run. The 3. And the Bulls get it back. For 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
Lillard from outside. Chicago grabs the miss. Levine's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Mr. Perfect. And again.
90. A legendary performance.
We'll be talking about this one, Greg, for a long, long time. Lillard outside. This one for three. Lillard again missing.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Here's Mr. Perfect. And again for three.
Another three. I'm not sure I've seen a better three-point shooting night.
They just keep pouring in. This is a top 5 all-time single game for three-point shots made. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the... How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And with the connects again from distance.
It has been raining threes for him tonight, alone at 4th in the all-time single-game triples list.
Guys, he cannot miss. They have to keep feeding him, right? How many more can he hit? Let's keep counting.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. Let's just call him ladder climber.
Count it. Mr. Perfect's got 7 now in this quarter.
No, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Over Chang. And Giannis gets it to go on the assist by Exum.
Well, you like guys who can work that in-between area. Really keeps the defense honest.
And good, he hits it again.
And that puts him even for 3rd on the single-game scoring list. Simply amazing.
I'm at a loss for words. Greg, his has been one of the greatest offensive games we'll ever see. Here's Mr. Perfect. And got it! Another basket.
And he's now outmatched his own single-game record for points with a staggering offensive onslaught. I think the defense is just as stunned as we are.
Words fail to describe the magnitude. He is putting in the work with a little overtime, and this game is sure to leave a mark. For Chicago, they've gotten every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go win. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. Good! Another from 3.
And of course it falls for him. That 3 pushes him into the history books.
Well, he is now tied for the most threes in a game. This is a night we will never forget.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, and again for 3.
The barrage continues, and he's now broken his own record. It's a new mark for the most triples ever in a game.
He said it. If anyone's going to do it, it may as well be me. And he keeps raising the ball. Higher and higher. Triple after triple. Catch him if you can. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Brandon Clark, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Williams comes in for Dante Exum. Jackson, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And Lillard subbed in for Victor Oladipo.
No three-pointers for him in that first half, but the second half, different story.
Here's Mr. Perfect. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Williams, and it's sent back by Turner.
There's the defensive presence they want from Turner. Hustling and using his mobility to send it back.
And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
Those kinds of plays are the ones that get you on the lead and help keep you in front.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Kamar is checked in, and it's Matthews in for Terry. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. The Bulls making a switch here. Zhang's checked in.
Number 13, Usman Chang.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to...
Good, that's another bucket.
Tonight is one more for the history books. Once again, he sets the record for most points ever in an NBA game.
And it may not come as a surprise from him, but goodness, we got to acknowledge his greatness. What he is accomplishing is nothing short of legendary. And Clark, if you look at the NBA's draft combine, prospects now required to participate in drills and in other testing to be eligible for selection.
I like that, Kevin. I really do. I mean, it's part of being a professional. You can't just opt out of things because your agent says you should or you don't feel like it. This is a professional business, so there should be some standards and accountability. And I think it goes hand in hand with the push for parity. It ensures equal access to the information that will enable all teams to make informed decisions on draft day. So I like it. I really do.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Bulls.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And the effort here tonight, adding to the W column for the season. It will go down as their 48th win.
And through consistent adjustments in this season series, they're going to come away with another victory here tonight, completing a 3-0 sweep for the year against the Bucks.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Mr. Perfect.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Clark sets a screen for Lillard. Off target with his three.
You know, brick after brick after brick. I mean, that's been the story for him this quarter. I mean, he's got to rein it in down the stretch here.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
And Mr. Perfect gets it to go.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
Lillard outside. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge.
Thought I'd see someone score over 100 points. You're unbelievable, man.
Y'all see my boy MP?
Yo, is that MP or MVP? Man's out here running.